Okay? The only things that are not going to be round are either things small enough not to have a big enough gravitational force, like asteroids. Asteroids can be weird shapes. But yeah, anything large enough to start to pull itself together will pull itself together into a sphere, like all the planets, sun, everything. The other thing that is technically possible is if you got a really big planet or even sun that was spinning fast enough but still had a massive amount of energy, could shape itself into a donut.
Oh,
You could have a donut planet that is
so cool. With a hole in it?
Yeah. There would be a hole in the middle, and there would be sufficient gravity to hold it together. But it would essentially, if you picture a ball, if it was spinning fast enough, it would pull and pull and pull and pull and pull and pull, and then it would actually close again, and you would have.
So you can make a
I think
donut
it's
bubble?
called toroidal planets.
So you can make a donut bubble?
Yes, you could actually make a donut bubble if you could somehow spin the bubble fast enough. Unfortunately, there's a big difference between theoretically possible and practically possible. What actually happens when a planet starts doing this?
It's really
It
hard.
gets really
It
hot.
shatters. There have been planets or things that started to bend a little bit like that, and that's where we get Saturn's rings. Okay, that was a moon. The gravitational forces started to pull it like this. It did not have enough gravity to hold it together, so it just shattered. And then those pieces shattered, and those pieces shattered, and finally formed themselves into a ring.
Very pretty.
Very pretty. Yes, but that is a dead moon, is what you're looking at. Just torn to little tiny pieces by tidal forces. Yeah, so you would need just these perfect situations to create a toroidal planet, a donut planet. I don't know that ever actually happened. It's kind of like saying it is technically possible for me to throw a bunch of clothes in the dryer, let them spin for a while, open the door, and have them all land folded. Like, is it technically possible? Yes. It is actually just like these every other scenario. But is it ever actually going to happen? No, not really.
Like winning the
Okay.
lottery.
It might, but it would take like $1 billion to do it.
Actually,
I don't even know if $1 billion would be enough, man. You're talking into you could be running dryers like every minute of every day. You'd probably burn out the sun before you ever had them land in a perfect folded. So for that, donut planets are theoretically possible. The chances of that perfect combination of circumstances that would let it stay together and pull apart, I'm not sure that would actually exist. But it is technically possible, which is just so cool that somewhere out there might be a donut planet.